Hey, what's up guys, it's me again and welcome back to my channel Mayta What Ifs. Today I am back with a new story. The name of this story is What If Konoha's Previous Generation Reacted to Naruto and Boruto both. And yeah guys, it is an unscripted story and my own idea. Now before continuing this, why a reaction story out of nowhere and by my own self? Well, the reason is simple. I did not recorded any gameplay yesterday night and had a little bit of gameplay left since I uploaded GT San Andreas gameplay yesterday. I still had some of the, you know, unuploaded gameplay left, so I thought why not make it a story. And don't worry, I have decided to make a movie, and yeah, it will be up tomorrow or maybe the day after tomorrow. And the idea I have picked is from Jimmy himself. Jimmy Desetai, one of the OG subscribers from all the way back to the Apollo Chiha. And yeah, I hope you like this one, and if you do, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. And without any further ado, let's begin with our today's story. Our story begins in Konoha Gakure no Sato, after the second Great Shinobi War, as we go towards the Hokage office to see that a young Hiruzen Sarutobi, who has been named as the third Hokage, has just taken his office, and has been officially announced by the daimyo as the third acting Hokage of the whole village. As he was just sitting there, reminiscing about his sensei and his previous life, of how him and his teammates would come here to take missions from their sensei and the previous Hokage, who perished unfortunately in the second Great Shinobi War, trying to buy them some time. As now we see, the door suddenly opened, but Hiruzen was still in his thoughts, as three people came in there. A young Danzo Shimura, as well as young Koharu and Homura as well. Hiruzen, is everything fine? Asked Homura. Huh? Oh, I did not notice you coming in, Homura. Danzo, Koharu. Hiruzen, you need to get your head straight. You are named the Hokage now, and it is your responsibility to lead this village, and I won't have you slacking off. Any one of us won't. You don't have to worry about that, Danzo, said Koharu. As now we see, Hiruzen sighed and said, I just wish that Sensei would have been the one to announce this, and under different circumstances. Yeah, we all do. But what's done is done. We can't change the past. We can only move towards the future. As this was said, a bright light emerged, and the four of them were consumed by it. As now we see, the four of them were sent to another time space, where everything was white and plain. As there, they were all then transported from there onwards to a room in which a black, huge box was hovering above, and they were now placed on sofas that were placed there. As now we see, in front of them, three people from the past were standing, and they were none other than Hashirama Senju, Tobirama Senju, and none other than Madara Uchiha himself. As the three of them being there shocked the four of them. Sensei? Hashirama-sama, Madara, how is this possible? You three, it's Monkey. You seem to have grown a lot. And you as well, Koharu, Homura, Danzo, said Tobirama, as Hashirama said, no way. It's that child who was just asking you to, well, train him and become his sensei. What the hell is going on here? Are you the people who brought us here? Asked Madara, getting straight to the point. No, it is not us. As Danzo, seeing that something was off, then asked, Sensei, how are you alive? What do you mean by that, Danzo? We were in the middle of the third Great Shinobi War that just ended, and you perished in it. You made Hiruzen the next Hokage, and he has been the acting third Hokage for a few days now. As this shocked everyone, Hashirama was happy that the village was still able to survive the second Great Shinobi War, but was quite surprised. But if he's the second, you're the third Hokage, then what happened to me if Tobirama is dead? You perished in the first Great Shinobi War when Tobirama-sama became the second Hokage. What happened to Madara being the second? Said Hashirama. Well, you don't know yet, but I'll tell them. You don't need to. Madara betrayed us, and you went alongside with Mito-sama to take care of him. And the place you fought is now recognized as the Valley of the End, not only by us, people of Konoha, by the Land of Fire daimyo, as well as the rest of the Elemental Nation. because two of the Titan Shinobis clashed there. As Hashirama and Madara were surprised and shocked. How would this happen? I am pretty much sure that I and Hashirama created this village so that there would be peace. Are you all lying to me? To my face? No. Do you think I would lie to you, Uchiha? No. Not you. If anyone doesn't lie here, it's not you, Tobirama. It is I who brought you here, said a voice. Who are you? A servant of Shinigami-sama. I have brought you here to show you the future. The future? Yes, unfortunately what has happened in the past cannot be altered. At least up to your time, the four of you. What do you mean by that? Unfortunately, since Tobirama, Madara, and Hashirama are dead, their past cannot be changed. They cannot alter that. They will forget as soon as they leave. But since the future is ahead of you, and you still are alive in the time space from where I have brought you and pulled you, you can change the future. What is it? Is it something bad? Said Tobirama. No. What you will see are those people who will save the world, but even they will face great dangers. And I have brought you here to only ease up their dangers that they might face because of you all. Because of us. What do you mean by that? Said Danzo. You do not know even well that much, Danzo, but you and the two of you, Koharu and Homura, will play a significant role in this, causing great tremendous changes throughout. As after that, a screen blinked and in front of them was shown a much more mature Hiruzen Sarutobi and his students who were grown up and were now ready to take their own students. And Homura, Koharu, and Danzo were also mature. Danzo still continued on with his route, and they have just found out that the third Great Shinobi War might be just around. What? The second just ended. It cannot be that only within a few hours, few years, there would be third. Unfortunately, from the looks of it, Homura, there is, said Danzo. How did this happen? As the screen displayed, that it was shown that Iwa and Kumo still haven't forgotten the previous, soreness of the defeat that they have faced against Konoha. So to even things out, or at least get revenge, they were plotting the third Great Shinobi War and have started skirmishes. And now there was no way left to go except to accept the challenge and go to war with them. And hence the third Great Shinobi War was beginning. As everyone was on edge, as they witnessed the backlash and the outrage that was going on there. And not only that, the heroes that emerged. Minato Namikaze, a promising Chunin, emerged, and he defeated more than thousands of Iwa shinobis. He had modified Tobinama Senju's Harishin technique to a level where he could use tri-pronged kunais, a specific kunais that he designed himself to teleport in between time and space from one place to another and also deal with his enemies. And also he created a jutsu of his own, as everyone was quite amazed by it. That is amazing. I gotta say this. Seeing your technique to amplify to that extent, that is something in its own right. Said Madara, who rarely complimented anyone, and even seeing Minato, he said this. As Tobirama himself was quite impressed because he knew the Harishin technique that he created could go long miles ahead, and seeing that his successor, this person from Konoha, was able to amplify it so much, to this extent, he was proud. As after that, they all saw that how Hiruzen then passed on the mentality to him, and he was chosen as the fourth Hokage. Danzo was a bit sore because of that, seeing that he still, after Hiruzen, didn't get to become the Hokage. But seeing that Minato was capable enough of, doing the job and protecting his homeland, he was more than happy. And that is when they witnessed the catastrophic night of the October 10th, where a person claiming to be Madara Uchiha appeared and freed the Kyuubi no Yoko. And then a catastrophe struck. Minato had to sacrifice himself alongside with Kushina Uzumaki by using the sacred art of the Uzumaki seals, Hakai Fuyin, the cursed Reaper Death Seal, and sacrificed their souls to Shinigami in exchange for sealing the Biju within their son. As all of them were shocked, dying at such a young age. I can't believe that, as Hiruzen at an old age, even at that time, still existed and had to take the hat back on, and hence he became once more the acting Hokage of the village. I can't believe this. So I lived long enough even at that time, and in the end, even I still had to become the Hokage after all that. I can't believe this. As after the funeral was held, Danzo and the others wanted to know what happened to the Biju in a meeting, where Hiruzen was quite hesitant and didn't tell them, but Danzo figured it out thanks to his route and connections, and leaked this information since he had had enough and wanted to become the Hokage by now. Danzo, how could you? I don't understand. I mean, I am quite mad that I didn't get to become Hokage, but even I know that I shouldn't go this far. Not when the village is in this condition, when our enemies can see that we are weakened. Losing such a strong shinobi, and now our Jinchuriki is basically a baby as well. Danzo had seen that Kushina and Mitosama, being respective and powerful Konoichis, were not able to become perfect Jinchurikis by utilizing the full potential of the Bijus, and he wanted to do that this time around to Naruto to make sure that Naruto was ready to face Kumo, because they had two, not one but two, completely harmonized Jinchurikis with their Bijus, meaning they could go into Biju state at their will. I can't believe this. They deformed the Bijus into weapons? Said Hashirama with a shocked-filled expression. What do you mean by that, Hashirama-sama? Didn't you offer them? No! I made the Bijus agree to a battle, and if they lose, then they have to move to a certain village to protect them, and not only that, to give them guidance, because Bijus were the children of the sage. What? Even I did not knew that, brother. How do you... I know that because the nature told me that. I was the closest to connected to nature, remember? I can't even fathom that they're being used and abused such as weapons. As that is when all of them were shocked. I don't believe this. This cannot be. What have I done? You have to continue witnessing what kind of things and atrocities your kindness will commit. As after that, they witnessed that Naruto, who was growing up in orphanage since the information was leaked, Hiruzen forbade anyone from harming the child, as well as put it as a law that nobody was to reveal anything to Naruto. So, Naruto at least was able to grow up normally. But even then, he was called the pharaoh of the whole village. So, in order to get the attention, since nobody was giving that to him, he became a prankster. Being able to prank Anbus in the broad daylight and from within their headquarters, and escaping while Anbus chased him and were not able to catch him, and painting the Hokage monument with different colors. He was quite the prankster, literally prankster from hell, and nobody was able to catch him. Where Hiruzen and the others crowned, as well as Hashirama chuckled at his antics, Madara and Tobirama saw something. That kid, he has great potential. I can't believe this, I'm saying this, but all these pranks are kind of a training to him. Can't you see? Those are seasoned Jonins and Anbus, Kage level shinobis even, and they can't catch up a brat who has done that in a eyesore of an orange suit in broad daylight while hanging on a mere rope in and doing this to the Kage monument. It's hard to believe, and at that moment, everyone realized the kid had extreme potential, and Danzo, seeing this, now was beginning to formulate plans that he needs to trade Naruto. And that wasn't all. Naruto was purposely sabotaged because of the hatred, and not only that, wasn't taught anything in the academy. What? How could they deny this? How could you allow this, monkey? I did not knew. I don't know. I wouldn't have allowed this. As Danzo and the others were also enraged at this. If this is how the future was going to turn out, then they needed to harden this. It was all thanks to the civilian council interference and the elders who had to, well, ease up the civilian side of the council so that their children too can live up the fantasies of a shinobi. Fantasies of a shinobi? What kind of bullshit is this? This is not a fairy tale. We live in a world where anyone can die at any time. You cannot allow this to happen. You hear me? Said Tobirama with rage-filled voice. Shinobi fantasies, my ass. We sacrificed ourselves for what? For them? As Hashirama also nodded sadly, and Tobirama was enraged and seething his teeth. And Madara, well, he was quite cold and silent and observing this, that how the village has become pathetic. As he said this word himself, pathetic. As this hurted a lot because Madara saying this meant something more since he was known as the Yami no Shinobi, equivalent of Hashirama, and two legends insulting them. On top of that, their own sensei, a legend in his own right, insulting them meant that they went wrong somewhere. As the time continued, they witnessed that Naruto, even against these odds, well, by some miracle, was able to get through the academy years. And in the end, after failing 3 times, he was heartbroken. But that is when, with a secret test, he sensing him. There is no secret test. What kind of bullshit is this? As after that, it was revealed to be a ploy, and Naruto, at the time, due to his curiosity, peeked at the scroll of ceilings that was the task to grab from the Hokage office. And the technique he used on, well, Hiruzen, well, the younger Homura and Hiruzen passed out with a nosebleed alongside with Hashirama. But after they woke up, they had a blush on their face, while the others were still stone cold. Seriously, falling for such a cheap trick. I can't believe this. Well, I did expected this from Monkey and the others, but you, brother, seriously? What can I say? It is kind of surprising that how the boy created this jutsu. Quite a distraction, that boy is. That could be quite helpful in difficult times, I must say. Said Madara with a smirk on his face, while the others thought that he has finally gone insane. As the time continued, and they watched that Naruto Sensei arrived and saved him, by even after the truth was revealed to him that even if he was the Jinchuriki of the Kyuubi, that didn't mean that he was the Kyuubi himself. Naruto, with all his passion back and his smile back, was able to then summon not only 2 shadow clones, which was quite extraordinary, but thousands of them. As that is when everyone's eyes widened, even Madara's. 1,000. That kid is a monster in chakra department, let me tell you that. It is a pity that the academy and the others did this to him, but in the end, he was able to use such chakra and display it with this extent. As the others, and mainly Danzo, were already formulating great plans according how to train Naruto and how to save Minato. As they all witnessed to continue that Naruto's life began to, well, take great impact after that he was placed in Team 7, and then from there onwards they went on to become Agenins of their own right, all the way up until Chunin exams when Orochimaru arrived and attacked. Orochimaru? Why would he do that? Turns out Orochimaru had gone betrayed after being found out that he was doing inhumane experiments, all in the name of science so that he could become immortal. What? I don't believe this. Orochimaru is a genius and a cold one, but I can't believe that he has gone so rogue that he would do such a thing. He has. As after that, they witnessed with shock that Hiruzen and the others were far away and couldn't intervene. Naruto stepped in, and using the power of the Kyuubi, Naruto was able to stop his summons in its track, but even then, they were defeated, and Sasuke was given the curse mark seal of Orochimaru. What is that seal? Said Danzo. Everything will be revealed in due time. As after that, they saw that the Chunin exam's second part ended, and the third exams went as normal, but the fourth, the Konoha Crush attack happened. What is that? What happened? Even after all that boy went, what is going on? It's a genjutsu, Hashirama. A sleeping one at that. As the attack began, we see that Suna, the previous ally, and not only that, a new village made by Orochimaru, Togakure, attacked together. Since Orochimaru was disguising himself as the, well, Kazekage, so they had no other choice but to follow him. Naruto, using his Shadow Clone's ability once more with the help of the Chief Toad, thanks to Jiraiya training him over the course of a month, was able to save them all by transforming the Toad into using Genjutsu technique into the Kyuubi himself. I can't believe this. This boy's chakra is massive. How can you allow this to happen, to be treated so poorly? He's a great talent, can't you see? But at that day, something catastrophic happened. Hiruzen Sarutobi died using the Reaper Death Seal to seal away his student's arms. So that is how I die, huh? Unfortunately, yes. After that, a grand funeral was held and Naruto cried a lot. The only man that he saw as Gigi, the only person whoever was with him from the beginning, has perished. Well, I am kind of happy to see that at least someone cried at that. And that is when he saw a boy who was calling Naruto Aniki, wearing a helmet and was crying his eyes out. This was Konohamaru Sarutobi, the grandson of Hiruzen. And Hiruzen seeing him was, well, quite happy, at the same time quite sad. It's kind of bittersweet, but I guess I have to change that. As after that, they saw that Tsunade was found by Jiraiya and Naruto and brought back to become the acting Hokage. And once she became that, Naruto and Jiraiya went on a training trip. But before they could, something happened. And that was Sasuke Uchiha, the last loyal Uchiha, left and became rogue. Naruto went to get him back, but he was stabbed. If it wasn't for the Kyuubi, the heart that was punctured by the Chidori would have killed him. As after even seeing all of this, Naruto was back on his feet in no time, with his willpower and with a smile on his face. And 3 years went by like this. After his return, Naruto was extremely strong and Sasuke's whereabouts were found. But once Naruto left, Jiraiya left on a mission of his own. And that was the clue that he found about an organization where the masked person could be that attacked all those years ago. But once his arrival at Amegakure, Jiraiya was ambushed and killed. I can't believe this. Jiraiya too? Once Naruto returned and found out about this, he was sad. But that is when, left to an old toad master known as Fukusaka, coordinated by Jiraiya, Naruto went with him to train and became the perfect sage, just arriving in the nick of time when the Akatsuki attacked Konoha and destroyed it with a single attack. With the power of Rinnegan, Naruto was able to defeat all of them using the sage mode of the toads. So that is how a sage mode works, and a perfect one. I can't believe this. The boy was able to become a sage and defeat the power of the sage himself. The six spots' power were defeated by him. Even after he became corrupted when that girl sacrificed, he was able to regain his senses and return back to being a sage. This is extremely powerful. As after that, we see the Fourth Shinobi War was announced and declared by the one claiming to be Madara. As the war began, 20,000 or more so shinobis and kunoichis combined were fighting, and that is when the dead Hokages were brought back to life, since Orochimaru decided to join in the good side as well. So Orochimaru, even after being alive, returned to the good side. Turns out, as not only that, the 4 Hokages were brought back to life as well, but so was one other person that they were fighting, Madara Uchiha. What? Turns out it was Madara's plan, and the one who was fighting as fake Madara was Obito, his grandson. And they were fighting because they thought that their will, which was known as Zetsu, has written down in set stone that they need to bring world peace together. And to do that, they need to burn this world by combining the 9 Bijus into the 10 tails. And once Madara was able to achieve that, we see that Madara was fooled by Zetsu. What? What do you mean by that? As the true heiress of chakra, the rabbit goddess appeared. Seeing her, even through the screen, they felt chills run down their spine. A cold beauty emerged, and she was going to take everything away from them, every ounce of chakra. But thankfully her child, the sage of the sixth path, gave the powers to both Sasuke and Naruto, who joined the war, and they returned as the both yin and yang of the sun and the moon of the sage's power. Using these abilities, they fought, and in the end, Team 7 alongside Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, and Kakashi were able to defeat her and free everyone. But before doing so, Sasuke put every Biju in Genjutsu, and Naruto had to fight him to break him back out of his, senses. Both lost an arm in the process, fighting at the same place at the Valley of the End, destroying it even more, and in the end, freed every one of the shinobis. Thanks to this, Naruto was recognized a World War hero, and Sasuke, who was a villain, was pardoned for his crimes. To atone for his sins that he has committed, and after having been changed, Sasuke went on his way to, atone for his sins. Wait, where is Danzo though? And Homura and Koharu? As that is when it was revealed that Sasuke was on a mission, and his mission was to take down the one who killed the Uchiha clan and used his brother, and framed him as well. And that was none other than Danzo Shimura, who was stealing the Sharingans. What? Danzo, how could you? Said Tobirama. I don't know, sensei. I didn't think you would stoop this low, Danzo. Said Hashirama. You! How dare you do this to my clan? As Madara was about to kill him, a barrier erupted and he had to sat down again, knowing that he cannot do anything in this domain. But he was pissed and glaring daggers at him. But was glad that the boy killed him alongside the other 2 elders. So the elders were no more. Wait, so we joined him? Yes, you did. But why? You were corrupted by the power. Since you became elders and once Minato became the Kage, you gained a lot of influence, and because of that influence, you got the taste of first authority that you had, and you liked it so much that you wanted it to last. I can't believe this. All of my students are disappointment except for you, monkey. I can't believe this. We can change ourselves. I still believe in them, sensei. Please give them another chance. As the three of them looked at Hiruzen with wide eyes. Only because I know I can trust you. I'm willing to. Do not disappoint me any further. The three of you. As after that we see, time went on and Naruto, after that, was finally able to become the 7th Hokage, not 6th, because 6th became Kakashi, their sensei. And once Naruto became the 7th Hokage, he was already married and had 2 kids. Ah, so he married a Hyuga girl, huh? And both of them had kids. I can't believe that. That girl, Himawari. She, like her father, has great potential to be able to unlock a dojutsu at such a young age. That is extreme potential right there. As that is when Boruto's future was then also shown. That how his life of having everything was turned upside down, all because of Otsutsuki's. The same clan that Kaguya Otsutsuki belonged to, from where their chakra began. As they all witnessed Boruto grown up, as well after everything that has gone on with his life and him awakening his Jogan, the purest form of Byakugan and the strongest Jujutsu out there ever. And him becoming the strongest shinobi as well. Stronger than the previous Kage. And him also using the Hirishin, taking it to a next level as well. As everyone was surprised to see an image. Wait, is that it? What will happen in the future? What will happen to the Ten Tails? Now who has regained the consciousness? What will happen to the world? For that to find out, you have to go and witness it yourself. That is why I needed you all here, to witness this. Unfortunately, the past, who have perished, cannot change it, but you who still have time can. Now go. And with that, the bright light emerged and they returned back to the office, with new goals in mind, and that was to change the future and to find out what did happen to Boruto and the Ten Tails. As this is where I'm going to be leaving the story of, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. As this is it for the day. Peace.